Welcome back to another video. So, as presented within the video thumbnail, in my opinion, CATIA offers the best functionality for surface design. And within this video, I'm gonna discuss and show why I consider that. So, we are going to compare CATIA with SolidWorks, Inventor, and Fusion. And regarding the surface within CATIA, we're gonna go over here on Start and within Shape, and depending on the license, we're going to have multiple workbenches that are compatible with surface design. So the most popular and the most commonly used is the generative shape design. I also have a series regarding this. I recently started to create videos regarding each surface, and they all have been added within my CATIA V5 tips and tricks playlist. We see that currently this has almost 250 videos. And I highly encourage you to take a look at this if you want to learn CATIA V5. Now, regarding the features within generative shape design, we see there are some aspects regarding wireframe. We also have various operations. So currently, I've discussed all of those present over here. I will make a video regarding disassemble today. But the main advantage is that within CATIA, we have a lot of features. So if you're going to take a look, under operation, we're going to have the split trim and also the sew surface and remove face. For the boundary, we're going to have the extract and extract multiple. Over here, we're going to see the shape fillet, and that will also have 5 variants over here. And afterwards, we're going to have the chamfer. Now, this is the main advantage within CATIA V5 is that we have a lot of functionality over here. So we see over here within the operation tab, there are multiple features docked underneath. So imagine that this will have a lot more, let's say, functionality. If I will move this one, this will be regarding the surface. We're going to have initially the extrude, afterwards the revolve, and we're going to also have primitives over here. So we're also going to have a cylinder and a sphere over here. Now, regarding the offset, over here we're going to have 4 variants. Regarding sweeping, we're going to see 2 variants over here. And this will be the multi-section. Afterwards, regarding volumes, we're gonna see the tools will be presented over here. Over here, the functionality will not be that wide, but keep in mind that the volumes will be combined mainly with surfaces and operations. We also have this panel over here, which is the POIY template, and that offers as well some functionality. Now, these are the main features for CATIA surface modeling, but keep in mind that this is generative shape design. If I will swap the workbench and I will go to something like Imagine and Shape, we're gonna see a lot of features over here as well. So some of over here, as you see them, there are present within generative shape design, for example, boundary and extract and multiple extract. These were also present over there, and they will share the same functionality and same icon, and they will work over here as well. So both the extrude, the revolve, and also we're going to have the intersection options over here. But afterwards, within Imagine and Shape, we're going to have the styling surface. This will not have docked features, as we can see over here. They will all be listed over here. But for the creation panel over here within Imagine and Shape, we have the possibility to import subdivision from other solutions. This will be imported mainly as OBJ file formats. We're going to have various primitives that will be docked over here as well. And we're going to have some revolve over here and extrude. If I will move all of those, we're going to see that Imagine and Shape will also offer some functionality. The shape operation will be common to generative shape design, but the other will be different and will mostly focus on polygonal modeling taken to a CAD solution. But if I will go also to the freestyle workbench, we're gonna see a different workflow over here. Some of the feature will be again similar to the one previously presented, and we're gonna have, for example, extrude surface that will be shared. It will actually be the same feature over here. So for example, if I will select this, this will activate, in this case, extrude surface. If I will move my mouse on top, we're going to see that the command for this will be extrude surface. So we have the possibility to extrude that over here. The same with revolve, the same for filleting over here. But again, we're gonna have multiple functions over here and commands to work with. We also have the possibility to go within quick surface reconstruction and shape sculptor, but these are not mainly intended for surface modeling. They are mostly focused on adding STL references mainly, and use those in order to convert surfaces. And within my previous section, I created a detail section for all of those. If I will scroll over here within the list, we're gonna find those. So we have over here the curvature analysis. These are mostly done over there. So how to do a sharp edge on meshes, how to use surface sculpt. So you will find a lot of information regarding that. We see over here how to push and pull 3D meshes, how you can emboss them, how you can do a curve sculpture, and so on. So all of those have been addressed within a video over here. Now, this is why I consider CATIA to be the best solution for surface modeling, because it offers a lot of functionality since we have a lot of features. The main disadvantage is that we are required to have access to multiple workbenches in order to do this. And this is something that is not that accessible to everybody. Now, if you're going to jump within SolidWorks, we are going to have the following features over here. So we initially need to activate surface. If you haven't, you can right click over here and you can go for tabs and you can activate the surface. And if you are not familiar with SolidWorks, this will be quite similar to CATIA since all CAD solutions are quite similar. You start with sketches and you will apply various features in order to work with that wireframe. So if you are familiar with part design modeling, we're gonna see over here within the feature, these will all be used for solid modeling, but we're gonna have over here extrude post base. And if I will swap to surface, we're gonna see that the first will be again extrude. The main difference is that within surface, we don't need to work with close profiles. And afterwards, we're gonna have the revolve surface, the sweep surface, and this will follow the same naming over here, just like within features. And this is the naming that will be present within multiple solutions. For example, we have over here revolve post base, and for surface, again, revolve surface. If I will jump back to CATIA, we're gonna see over here that it will be called revolve underneath the freestyle workbench. And if I will jump over here, for example, to generative shape design, if you're going to take a look over here, it again will be called revolve. But for some reason, if you are familiar with CATIA part design, they decided to use a different naming. For example, for revolve, they added shaft. And for extrude, which is common within all CAD solutions, Dassault system decided to use the naming pad for this. And in order to do a cut, extrude cut, they decided to use pocket. There are also some weird naming. For example, we have the rib naming over here, or we have the slot, and those are commonly known as we can see over here, we're gonna have the swept cut, and the rib will be like this. So rib, we can create a stiffener, while within CATIA, with rib, we are actually gonna create that sweep. And over here within CATIA, we're gonna have the rib. As we can see it over here, it will be nested over here and it will be called a stiffener. So this is the one-on-one functionality that we have over here for rib. But the main difference between CATIA and SolidWorks is also regarding the pricing, but also regarding the functionality. So for part design, mainly for solid body modeling, this is more than sufficient. And we see that the functionality are added over here. There are additional operations and that will be available over here. For example, we see the boss base, we see the cut, but not all features will be docked over here by default. For example, if I'm going to do a search for a command, for example, for cavity, we're going to see that I can add that. So This will insert the cavity into a base part. This is not by default position over here, since this is not commonly used, but within SolidWorks you can easily drag and drop and add your features over there. This is currently within gray because I need to be within a specific part in order to enable that. Just like all of these features, they will require some geometry. For example, the fillet, in order to position it. It will start initially grayed like this, while within CATIA the fillet will not start like that. So as you can see, the fillet will also start gray over here. So within CATIA it will be the same. So currently edge fillet is not active since I don't have any geometry over here. But if I will, for example, create some geometry, maybe I want to copy this geometry, I want to project this, and I want to extrude it. As soon as I will extrude this, so if I will click that, we're going to see that the dress up and the fillet will activate. So it will be the same just like within SolidWorks. Currently this is grayed out. Now regarding the surfaces, we're going to see that the surfaces will be docked over here. Just like within feature, there are some additional features that can be added, but mostly these will be the most common tools that will be used when working with surface. And from my experience, I can say that within SolidWorks, there are some limitations since there are not so many features, mainly regarding the freeform aspect. So out of all of these 4 solutions that I'm comparing within this video, I will have to rate SolidWorks as the weakest regarding surface modeling. Since we're gonna have a few functionality over here, there are some add-ons that can be added onto SolidWorks and that will enable freeform modeling, but again, those are not free. And within the newer versions, the Dassault system has added some functionality for SolidWorks in order to work with freeform, but not within the standard version over here. Okay, now let's jump to the following software. In terms of accessibility, the following one will be Fusion, and in my opinion, this has a great workflow for surface. If you're gonna take a look over here for the surface, this will be the functionality. So we're gonna have the main features added over here. If I will expand this, we're gonna see that we're also gonna have some additional elements over here. So we're gonna have the sweep, the loft. Again, regarding the naming, this will be exactly the same as within SolidWorks. So it will be extrude. Extrude will add a geometry like this. Revolve will twist a geometry around an axis in order to create a surface. We're going to have the sweep, the same naming as in SolidWorks. Loft, again the same. Loft within CATIA, they decided again to go for a different naming, and it will be called multi-section over here. And we can also do remove multi-section solid, and that will do the similar like a loft cut over here. Now, in terms of other features, we're gonna see that all of the surface features will be docked over here under Modify tool and under Create. Those are pretty much all. And this is why Fusion, compared to CATIA, has a limited functionality. Actually, the functionality over here is quite similar to the one in SolidWorks. The main advantage within Fusion is that we have the possibility to create a form. And if I will create a form, that will expand my surface modeling, because everything that's over here will be a surface model, but they will be, let's say, design and control using a t-spline. So this will not be a NURB surface like within SolidWorks or CATIA. This will actually be a t-spline, so this will be similar to polygonal modeling. But we can create, for example, this geometry, and afterwards we can work with it within the surface workbench. So this is the main advantage. For example, if I want to reverse this normal, I can click on it and it will be reversed. If I want to add again thickness, I can easily do that over here. As we can see, for the thicken, it will be available over here. So it will have that icon. Within Autodesk software, they also have a color for the features. For example, everything that will be regarding solid body will be like this with blue. Everything that is regarding surface will be in orange, and for freeform, everything will be in purple. So as you can see over here, so that's quite interesting. And Autodesk also uses the same color within other software as well. So overall, Fusion, considering the price of the software, this offers the best value in my opinion. So this is one of the conclusions that I want to draw within this video. But again, it lacks advanced modeling like within CATIA, but usually you can get away with some freeform elements over here. So you can generate something in freeform, similar to Imagine and Shape, and afterwards work within surface. But usually I have encountered many problems in some cases where I had to take the resulting surface, have it save as a step file, and within CATIA I managed to do some additional changes to that. So that's one of the drawbacks with Fusion. But overall, I consider that Fusion UI and workflow is a lot more user-friendly, because this is the main problem with CATIA, is that this is not user-friendly. So the software looks the same within the past almost 20 years, has the same interface, and it's quite hard for people that are just getting started to work with this, since the UI is so old within CATIA V5. Now let's jump to Inventor, and we're gonna see over here within Inventor that everything will be nested over here under the 3D model. So regarding surface, we're gonna have this functionality over here. But for example, over here I have the following sketch, which is just a simple line and an arc at the top, and this will be the axis. And since I added revolve, even though I use this revolve over here, since the sketch wasn't closed, it actually created a surface feature, and we see the naming over here. So this will be revolution surface. So the naming will be again revolve for this, extrude, sweep, loft, the same naming like within SolidWorks and also within Fusion. So regarding surface modeling, we have the surface modifiers over here. So we can do some patch, some stitches, and some extension over here. And we can also do some cutting. Over here, we're going to have trim surface. As you know, if you are familiar with the content on my channel, within CATIA, we have multiple types of trimming. So we can do split and also trim in order to work with that. And that offers a little bit more flexibility and functionality. Now, everything that is over here, let's say the vast majority are also compatible with surface. The only difference is that you won't need to define those close borders sketches, and afterwards, if you're gonna use those will automatically convert to orange features, which will be surface-based features, and they will be nested over here underneath the surface bodies. So this will be similar to SolidWorks, because over here, for example, if I will just select this and I will recreate something similar. So I want a line like this, and afterwards I want an arc like this. If I will also create a center line for the revolve, which will be this one, I want to have those coincident, and I want to make this vertical. As we can see, the sketch has not been closed. Therefore, if I will go directly over here within Solid Modeling, if I will click on this, Solid will try to apply a thin feature for this. So that will mean it will add 10 millimeters and extrude that on 10 millimeters. But if I will go with surface, in this case, revolve, okay, we're going to see that following feature. Over here, I extruded this, so I can also extrude it, but I can also revolve it. But in this case, SolidWorks will notify me that this sketch is currently open. So if I will just close this over here, it will automatically just close on the axis. If I will hit yes, Solid will try to close this, and we're gonna see that axis. So in this case, it won't be able to automatically close that. But if I will just use the feature over here within surface, this should be able to revolve that. So unable to make a revolve feature using the given profile. This is quite weird because, yeah, as we can see, it closed this. So that's not a good thing. I will just change that, and I don't want SolidWorks to close it like this. It would have been smarter if it would go all the way to the X and afterwards close it. But now that revolve should work. So for this, and we're gonna have that added. And just like within Inventor, we're gonna have that nested over here underneath surface bodies. And if I will add a thickness to this, for example, 5 millimeters, we're gonna have this nested underneath the solid bodies now. So this has been converted. We're no longer gonna have that surface body initially, so separately over here. We're still gonna have the geometry over here and the feature if I'm gonna do a rollback. So we see over here the surface body, but as soon as I will convert that, that will be converted to a solid body. This still remains, but this will remain inactive over there. So the same workflow over here. And this is why it's important. If you are familiar with one CAD solution, you can, let's say, adjust and learn a different CAD solution really fast, because they will all be the same. So you just need to know exactly what is the naming of those features. And as we can see, most of them will have the same naming. Now, regarding the Freeform, this will be quite similar to Fusion, as we can see over here, since it's the same company that develops this. They have also implemented t-spline modeling within Inventor. But the main difference is that Inventor has a different price tag than Fusion, and Fusion is more accessible. In my opinion, I like it more. So overall, this would be the ranking for the solution. So let's draw some conclusions. In my opinion, out of all the 4 solutions that we discussed, SolidWorks offers the less functionality regarding surface design, since we're gonna have these features and we don't have any freeform. And afterwards, at the tide, it will be Inventor and Fusion regarding surface design. But in my opinion, Fusion has a little bit the upper hand, since it will be, let's say, more accessible. So Fusion is not an expensive software. You can also access their hobbyist version, which will be free, and you can start to do some 3D printing and so on with that quite easily, and it offers quite a lot of functionality. And this is why I will rate Fusion higher than Inventor. And on top of all of those will be CATIA, as this will offer the best workflow for surface design. Therefore, if you want to learn more CATIA surface design, I encourage you to check my playlist, because I started to discuss the operation features. So currently I have a video for everything from split, trim, smooth surface, remove surface, and over here for join, healing, curve smooth, surface simplification, untrim, and I will make a video regarding disassemble today. And I will do the same for each feature over here. I want to discuss them in details within a separated video, and they all will be added within my CATIA V5 tips and tricks playlist. Okay, so let me know in the comment section what is your preferred CAD solution when working with surface, because I know that the vast majority of people that are running computer-aided design will mostly focus on solid modeling, and that is a little bit different. And over there, if SolidWorks was ranked last over here, in my opinion, for solid modeling, I prefer SolidWorks, and this is, in my opinion, should be ranked 1, because it offers the best workflow. Maybe I'm also biased because I learned that, since that was the first solution that I learned when I was a student. But overall, I like that the workflow from there. Okay, so let me know in the comment section what is your preferred solution, and I will also add a link to this playlist within the video description, and I will position a similar video over here on the left side and a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.